Part 2 of Chapter 16, Heat Transfer through convection. Now, convection is the second method of heat transfer. What happens in convection is that heat transfer through movement of the material, of matter, from one place to another. This is different from the first method called conduction. For example, air in contact with a hot stove becomes hot and rises up. Similar thing, water heated in a boiler in the basement rises up to warm radiators in the upper floors. This method is called convection, which means heat transfer by movement of the heated substance itself. Convection occurs in all fluids, which we mean by liquids and gases. When a fluid is heated, it expands, becomes less dense, its density becomes smaller, and therefore it rises. Cooler fluid will move to the bottom, and then the process will continue. In this way, convection currents keep fluid stirred up as it heats. This is a picture of convection currents transfer heat in air. So as air heats, it expands, it's going up, and colder air is coming down, and so on. The process will continue. Same thing happens in liquids, like in water. While boiling water, convection currents will transfer heat in liquids. Convection currents stirring the atmosphere, which produce winds. Some parts of Earth's surface absorb heat from the sun more than others. The uneven absorption causes uneven heating of the air near the surface, and this creates convection currents, winds, in other words. Convection currents are produced by uneven heating. So look at this picture here on the left. During the day, the land is warmer than the water. So the land is warmer than the air and the water, and therefore what happens is the air coming from the water will move into the land, which we call the breeze. So the sea breeze will happen. During the night, the land will be cooler than the water, so the air will flow in the other direction. The air above the water will be warmer, it will go up, and the cooler air will be coming from the land. Rising warm air, like a rising balloon, it expands because less atmospheric pressure squeezes on it at high altitudes. As the air expands, it cools, just the opposite of what happens when the air is compressed. Question. You can hold your fingers beside the candle flame without harm, but don't put your hand above the flame, as you will get burned easier. Why? Let's think about it. Well, the answer, because heat travels up by convection. Air is a poor conductor, so very little heat will travel sideways. Heat will transfer up by convection.